What is good, everybody out there in this sports world? Basically, with basketball, is all we really care about on this show. Next episode of Count the Bucket. I'm your host, Michael, as always. Follow us on Twitter, as you can see underneath me, Count the Bucket. Count Bucket USN on Twitter. As you can see, we look a little bit different on the show today. We've got some fresh faces, got some new faces, and got one of the legends of a face on the show. So, Seth Greenberg, so thankful to have you on this. Take the time out here to be our special guest. We're just going to kind of come at you with a bunch of things. I'll let you introduce yourself. What, if anyone watches the show, should know you. What a great coach you've been. Watched you from the TBT. Was actually just watching you with a couple of Angel, and I can't remember the other guy you did a show with, TBT, talking about the brackets before I came up here.
Chris
excited to have you on here. Yes, there we go. But how you been doing today? Well, just first a little quick introduction. You doing all right? I'm staying busy.
Life is good, man. Life is good. I'm in Vegas. I just did my last summer league game. Did 6 games in 3 days, and last one was pretty ugly. The Bucks and the Knicks, but the Knicks played well, so we took care of that. And then got the red eye going back to Connecticut. And unfortunately, then I got turned right around and go do the TBT for the next 2 weeks.
Awesome.
Fortunately.
I was going to say, it sounds like a rough life. I mean, you are definitely busy nonstop, but at the same time,
I wouldn't say a rough life.
I mean,
exactly.
As far as
Nick, I agree. It's not that.
Yeah.
I'm curing cancer now, man. I'm not digging ditches.
I'm talking about.
No one needs to worry about me. Life is fine.
Good. I mean, as far as staying up late, traveling, all that stuff, that would be. I'm 36 years old. I've got 3 kids, 4, 5, and 5. And after a work day and then coming home and trying to do a podcast with these young guys here, I get beat out after a while. So I can only imagine. I was watching you up till about 1, 2 o'clock, or I guess 12, 1 o'clock my time, Eastern time. I live here in Kentucky. If you can tell, I've got a little bit of a Southern accent.
I want to know how you guys got all together because, dude, I tell you what, you got nothing in common with Nick and CJ.
See, that's what's so beauty about basketball,
Different
when you got a
personalities.
basketball, it doesn't matter. And that's what one thing we really like about our show is, I'm from Kentucky, Nick, he's from Florida, CJ's from New York, but just because a round thing that bounces up in the air can bring so many different cultures together where we can get along and have a same passion together. And even with you, Seth, I mean, many years you've coached, I'm sure from your recruiting trails, you've had pretty much that same pitch. I'm going to ask you this. What was your first love of basketball? What made you love that sport?
My dad played for the famous Claire B at LIU, and I grew up with basketball. I mean, it was part of our life. And, I can't remember a time I didn't have a ball in my hand or didn't go to the park or didn't want to compete and play. I mean, I used to go watch my dad play with the old timers way, way back in the day before all you guys were born.
Yes, sir.
I mean, you're talking about 36 and be tired. Come on, man. You're 36. How can you be tired of 36? I'm 66, and I'm working on 4 hours sleeping. You're bitching and moaning about being tired of 36.
Get him, man.
He's coming at me. Listen, I had 2 kids waking up me in the bed, so it's rough.
Wait a second. We don't want to hear excuses. You just get it done. But no, there wasn't a time that I didn't want to coach that I can remember or fell in love with the game. It's the greatest sport on earth. It's like you say, there's nothing better than the locker room. We bring people together, all different races, religion, and the greatest thing about our world could learn a lot from locker rooms because the one thing about locker rooms is we all respect each other. So,
absolutely,
it's always been my passion. Very fortunate.
Now, I will say this real quick, guys. I'll try to at least bring up comments. Now, we probably want to address them because we want to be very sensitive to the time for Seth here, just giving us a few minutes that he had, like you said, catching the red eye and heading all the way over to East Coast for some TBT and everything like that. So we'll bring them up, but we may not address them. So, CJ, I'm going to turn it over to you and let you go ahead and bring up the first point.
Yeah, I know we talked about it just a little bit before the show, before we kicked off. What's your thoughts on these guys coming out in the draft, top 5 guys in the summer league and what you've seen? You did the Knicks and the Bulls. I think you also did the Pacers and the Kings before that one. And then yesterday you covered the Rockets and OKC. So what's your thoughts on these young guys and what you've seen so far this weekend?
Yeah, I don't overreact to any of this stuff. It's a process. I know we live in a world of instant gratification and you think it's a rite of passage and all of a sudden you're a top 5 pick and you're just going to dominate summer league. Like you saw the Knicks today, I mean, plain and simple, they had 3 grown men on the court against, 18 and 19-year-olds. Trevor Keel's playing, he's 18 years old. I mean, it's just the way it is. But they all did some good things. I mean, today I thought Keegan Murray looked really good the last 10 minutes. I thought he was terrific for Sacramento. He was more aggressive. He knocked down some jumpers. Paulo Banchero is the most physically mature. He's got a lot of tools in his bag, but he's got to kind of figure out exactly how he wants to use them. Jay Ivey has been the most explosive. Jabari Smith's done things that people don't talk about, like defend and rebound, and he's going to make shots. So, I mean, I'm not worried about that. Benedict Matherin's been probably the most consistent and the best in a lot of ways. Benedict Mathurin is he's a good player. He can make shots, get to the rim, defends, rebounds, competitive. I thought he was really, really good. So it's fun to watch. And then obviously Chet. Chet is like, I know you guys call him a unicorn. I got a question. Do you guys call Chet a unicorn? Is that you into the unicorn word for Chet?
Yeah, I mean, they kind of gave Porzingis.
CJ, I don't need the reason why. I have a question for you, CJ. Have you ever seen a unicorn? CJ, what the hell is a unicorn? It's a fictional character.
Right.
So I mean, people call the dude a unicorn. It's a fictional character. Look, he's ridiculous defensively. He can block shots. He can run. He's got skill. I love the unicorn.
You don't believe in Bigfoot?
I don't. Bigfoot, unicorns, dudes can either play or they can't play. The unicorn thing. I'm tired of the unicorn. Oh, he's a unicorn.
I agree.
I mean, as you were saying, CJ, come on, defend him now. I'm all about my New York guys. So I mean, you got the Knicks hat on. We're good.
Yes,
we're good. You and I.
Yes.
Well, listen, I'll go ahead and say we have applied for the media pass for the TBT for the Rutgers for CJ up in New York. So hopefully we can get him through on there and he can get some rings.
Let me know. We'll get your media pass. There you go.
There we go.
There we go.
For sure.
Yes, sir.
Using that
New
network
York connection.
But I want to ask you about, and this is something that we hadn't even talked about.
Hang on real quick. Hang on. Just real quick, Michael. Because Seth brought up Keegan Murray as well. So I wanted to ask this question because I'm sure everybody expected Sacramento to go Jaden Ivey number 4. That was the projected pick for them. But unfortunately, they went or not. I wouldn't say unfortunately, but a lot of Kings fans were upset that they ended up going with Keegan Murray. But just watching this summer league, he's been really well. Being able to stretch the floor, being able to defend, being able to rebound. So, have you pictured how Sacramento will turn out with Keegan Murray alongside guys like De'Aaron Fox, Harrison Barnes, and the rest of those guys?
Well, they didn't need Jaden Ivey because they got Buddy Hield, and they got Davion Mitchell, they got De'Aaron Fox, they got Tyrese Halliburton.
Kentucky.
And they got a bunch of guards. So what they need is, another guy who can stretch the defense. They just signed Kevin Huerter, which is a good signing. So, I mean, if you look at their roster, they signed Malik Monk. So, I mean, you look at the roster, I mean, and I'm a big Jaden Ivey fan. He's got a little Russell Westbrook, a little John Morant in him, but they signed a fit. A fit is, Keegan Murray can make shots. He's a silent assassin is what he is. So you can't fall. You got to build a roster. And if you Tyrese Halliburton's really good. You know exactly who he is. He's really good. Buddy Hield can make shots. Jaden Ivey might end up being the best of those rookies, but they are deep in the backcourt. So I'm not sure it made much sense. At that moment in time.
One player that I was wanting to ask about, and I don't know if you got to see him too much, is Lofton, Kenny Lofton Jr. What little bit I've got to watch of him, he actually looks like a guy that, to me, what little bit I got to see, almost more of a coach kind of player. Like he's that far advanced compared to his other players. I watched him once, like he was calling for the ball as a big man, demanding for it to come, and he already knew that it was supposed to be swung over here. And the guy that had the ball, I can't remember who it was, almost looked lost. I was like, okay, like he's showing almost leaps and bounds as far as the mental and understanding of the game. Have you ever got to watch him too much into that? Do you see
I've watched him a lot. I watched him in the NIT a couple years ago. I watched him obviously in the summer league. He's like a homeless Charles Barkley. He's got a really good fit. Doesn't have Charles's bounce, but he's a good player. He's going to play in the league. He's getting in better shape. He's a very, very good passer. He carves out space. He took it right into Chet's chest. And the way you attack a shot blocker is not take it away from them, but take it to them. He's interesting. I mean, he's not an all-star, but he's going to earn his way in, and he's looked pretty good.
Okay. CJ, you got one of those other questions. I'm sorry, I don't have it pulled up. I was trying to do the comments. I apologize.
Yeah, just want to also just dive deep into the game we talked about yesterday, the thriller between the Magic and the Kings. Obviously, the number 1 pick, Bala Banchero, the number 4 pick, and Keegan Murray. What's your thoughts on that game? It went down to the wire. I mean, it was a little
Pretty
Unfortunately,
wild finish.
Pacer
made
Knicks.
made that big three. Again, I don't put too much into it. I mean, Paolo's played well, but he had 8 turnovers. Keegan Murray, I think he had 23 in the game, made some big shots. He settles into the game. He doesn't overreact to anything that happens in the game. I thought it was a summer league game. You know what I mean? We have a saying at ESPN when you do a show, if something happens, basically it's off to Pluto. Summer league games are off to Pluto. We're not going to worry about those games, once the regular season starts. All the guys are learning to do is learning terminology, they're learning spacing, they're learning defensive coverages. They're in the gym with their coaches, developing a relationship. So it was fun. It was a good game, good ending. Sudden death, kind of like the Elam ending in a lot of ways. It was fun.
Yes, which I want to ask you about that as far as getting into there. But, to me as a fan, it's exciting, these summer games. And I almost want to ask you guys, and it might be reaching a little bit, but do you all think the summer games are more exciting as far as the NBA regular season? Obvious playoffs is totally different.
Michael, you need help.
No, please.
Y'all haven't thought.
I can't believe.
Michael,
I'm sorry, Seth. I can't believe he asked that. I can't believe he asked that.
But
Michael,
the sudden death
credibility right there, bro.
That's why I just kind of ask the questions. They're the ones that know everything. I just kind of act like I know stuff. I bring the humor, they bring the seriousness. But
that was
I'm just gonna be honest. Like the summer league, the sudden death, that was kind of entertaining to me. Like the pressure that they had. And again, I know at the end of the day, they don't care at all, win or lose. It's going to be how they play and the performance. I even think I heard one of the announcers talking about these coaches. They don't care if they lost every game as long as their players are learning, or if they didn't want to win every game and not learn a thing, it would be a loss. So I understand that. Right. But as a fan, it was entertaining. Didn't you all think so?
I think it's because we haven't. I mean, the finals just ended. We haven't seen we miss seeing the other teams play as opposed to your favorite team playing in the summer league, and then of course the young guys with the draft. And like Seth said, everything's going to be hyped up because these summer league games are on ESPN, ESPN2, so it's a lot of hype around these guys and how they play. But come on, better than regular season is impossible.
Hey, Michael, that question was so bad that you got knocked off the
I can't believe he asked that question. Like I don't know what he was thinking. But I have another question too, because I've been trying to get my head wrapped around it, and I guess it's okay to me now. At first when we first got the news, I was kind of confused by it. But how do you feel about the summer league rings? Like, the players getting the rings like after the summer league.
But the summer league rings and the summer league trophies, I think it's a nice gesture by the league. I mean, it's a cool thing. It's a memento. I'm sure it pales comparison to the national championship ring, but it gives just a little bit more motivation. Yeah. So, I think it's a nice little thing. I mean, I saw him the other day. Mike, we kicked you off the podcast.
I was going to say, Seth really did not like that question.
We put you in detention.
He kicked me out and said, that bogus question. Humorous is out the window here. No, sorry, guys. We've got a storm moving in, and I lost power for a second. It come back up. But, again, I apologize on that.
All right, where else are we going with this, guys? Fire away.
Another question too. Adam Silver talked about it a little bit in terms of expansion. Maybe not right away, but maybe in a couple of years or so. If the league were to expand, where do you see? What cities do you see?
Seattle,
NBA team.
Yeah, Seattle and Vegas probably.
Seattle and Vegas.
You got all these arenas, and Vegas has shown to support pro sport. I could see that happening. Louisville would probably try to get in the conversation.
Yes, there we go.
But I'm not sure that that's feasible. Even though obviously the Yum Center is a great facility, but I think Seattle is legit. And I think Vegas would be, a destination, be a great advantage. It's like the advantage of people playing in, when teams go to Miami, So I could see that being potential destinations.
I honestly don't think Louisville would, or I'll say Kentucky at least, because we're strange. Seth, you know how we are as far as the Big Blue Madness, how we are. I don't know how some of the fans across the whole state of Kentucky could actually change to love a NBA team. So I don't really think that would actually fit for us, as crazy as it is. Like, we should love an NBA team, but I think our fan base so much committed to Kentucky and Louisville basketball, I honestly don't think an NBA team would do good as far as having a fan base.
Never know. You never know.
I would
absolutely love it. I don't think they'll get one. So I think it's a moot point.
Okay. Nick, you got any questions?
Let's go ahead and get into the basketball tournament. I actually had a question on a particular player because this is a guy that one of my few colleagues was telling me about. This is a guy who didn't play in high school or college. And his name is Jay Holder. Obviously, with him not playing in high school and in college, but he did actually have a good showing in the Drew League, which is the reason why he did get picked up in the basketball tournament. Have you really gotten a chance to really get to know about it?
I haven't seen him. I read the article on him today. But no, yeah, obviously tore it up with the Drew League. Drew League is good. Who's he playing with? The LA Cheetahs?
I believe so.
Because that's a lot of Drew League guys with Casper Ware and that crew.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, look, the TBT has good players. They have good players. They got former players. They got the Jones kid who played South Florida and won a championship with the Dallas Mavericks. Kyle Hines was one of the most decorated players in all of Europe. You've got Tyler Ennis, who's playing for Boeheim's Army. You got the overtime elite team that has two guys that potentially could go in the first round of the draft next year, the Thompson twins, and then Jason. I think it's Gertman. It was a really explosive guard. So the TBT is great. You got, hey Michael, you got the good endings. You got the Elam endings. So I mean, that's great. With basically,
yes,
you turn off the clock with 4 minutes, and the leading team has to score 7. The team that's behind has to score whatever the number,
the difference,
the target number. So I mean, that's kind of a cool ending. The games are competitive. The regions are fun. There's good ownership. The games will be on ESPN, family networks, and awesome. The winner gets $1 million. Life is good.
Like it's 9th year this year, correct? 9th or 10th year?
Not.
It's 8th, I think. They started in 2014.
Okay, 8th year.
Yeah.
And it's almost baffling to realize that many people still don't know about the TBT. Like, it's something that has started catching, I think, with the Elam ending, started getting a lot of momentum with that, with the All-Star in the NBA kind of switching to it in honor of Kobe. But I'm really excited for the Baum team as well. That's who I've picked in my brackets.
NBA regular season or TBT, Michael?
TBT, baby.
Choose
TBT.
wisely. Oh, my goodness.
It's the winner take all mentality. I will say this: it'd be more tense. I'm excited to watch for it. It's so impact. It's everyone playing for that check. Of course, NBA is NBA, but I'm just saying the TBT, just the atmosphere they're going to have. Absolutely love it. I was watching some guys talking about it. Said, we're all coming together to form this team to make it to the final. It's a win 6. You get $1 million. That's what you're playing for. That's the whole purpose of it. Nothing else. No endorsements. None of this stuff. You're playing to make your check. So that's what I'm going to really love about it. These guys are playing with the heart, not so much just playing to get paid.
Michael, that beard is like you might as well be like a relief pitcher.
You say that. Here's my cup. It's Count the Bucket, but on the backside, it is Backstop Banter. I also co-host a baseball show too, so I appreciate that. Yes. Got a Brooks Robinson autograph picture here. I don't know if you know who that is or not.
I don't need to take a tour through your man cave.
He actually signed that for my mom, and she actually passed away in January this year, but she gave it to me before she passed away, just for that.
That's cool.
I appreciate that. But so I wanted to hang it up there for her too as well. But no, we love all kinds of sports here. Baseball is second. Basketball is number 1. I don't care what it is, right?
All right. What else you got? What do you got, Nick? What do you got? Michael, let my man Nick ask a couple questions.
Hey, absolutely.
I think CJ got one, man. I think CJ got one himself.
All right, yeah. So again, obviously, it's a lot happening in the NBA. Off-season moves. What's your thoughts on the Gobert trade, the KD and Kyrie saga, and then Murray going to the Hawks? And where do you see those the Timberwolves and the Hawks in their respective conferences? And then for KD and Kyrie, how do you see that playing out? Do they stay, or do they ultimately end up going somewhere else?
If I'm the Nets, I'm holding out. Unless I get a deal, I'm not trading them for draft choices. I gotta get guys that we put this team together. So I'm holding out, and I'll go into training camp holding out. I just think it makes sense. Kyrie, Kyrie's so talented, but you don't win with ifs. You just don't win with ifs. You got to have people you can count on. And as talented as he is, availability is a big part of being a great player. And it's always something. It went from I'm going to be a Celtic for life to getting rid of the evil spirits to the world is flat to,
man.
he's got to take time off because of his family. Obviously, the COVID is a legitimate thing. I mean, that's a personal choice. I have I have respect. I don't agree, but I think common sense to me says you take the shot because not only do you help yourself, and you see the numbers are down, even though people are getting the virus, they're staying alive, and the hospitals aren't overloaded. But it's a respect of other people's well-being. So, and then the Gobert. Cat, I mean, I love Cat. It's going to be hard. Cat now has to guard on the floor for a longer period of time, which is going to make it a little more difficult. I don't know about the spacing. The league is getting smaller and Minnesota's getting bigger. And that's, that makes it tougher. There's no doubt. There's no doubt about it. DeJounte Murray, I mean, that's a great compliment for Trae Young because he needs a guy that can check people because people go at Trae Young like he's, not even out there. I mean, they just go right at that matchup. And I think DeJounte could probably protect him a little bit defensively. So I think that's a good move.
All right.
I want to know who you got winning the NBA next year.
Come on, man. I mean, they're playing summer league. I don't know. I mean, I'm waiting to see how it shakes out.
You mean you're not going to say Clippers?
Why would I give you a prediction now and we got to wait for the dominoes to fall, Michael? Come on, man.
I think I could ask any question right now and you'd be like, no, I can't answer that.
I'm having fun with you, Michael. I'm having fun with you. You kidding me?
Oh, man.
I'm messing with you and it's working.
No, you're good. Trust me. This is all me, how I am all the time. But I'm glad someone else besides myself give love to Booker, but we won't go into there since Seth is on here. But I do think the Suns got a good chance. I do think that
Book's my guy. I love Book.
I love Book too, but we'll leave it at that because Kentucky boy, that fade. I'm trying to mock it a little bit, but he pulls it off a lot better than I do. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
All right, 2 more questions, and then I got.
All right, one more for me. So,
all right, Nick, I got you.
All right, CJ brought up the Rudy Gobert trade, obviously. So that means that Utah's kind of going in a new direction. So, what do you see as the future for Donovan Mitchell? Do you see him possibly still staying in Utah?
That's hard. I think he's going to ask out, but he'll do it more diplomatically than maybe Kyrie. I mean, I'm sure the Knicks would love to get him. I just, I don't know what the Knicks can give up. Would you give up R.J. Barrett and Randall, but then would you take
Nick would, or CJ would?
I mean, Donovan's an explosive offensive player. Obviously, he would fit in that market. But I think that it's going to be interesting. I'm a big CJ fan. I mean, I'm a big Donovan fan.
We're big CJ fans too. It's good.
But it'll be interesting to watch. I mean, they're in a rebuild, and rebuilds take time, and I'm not sure Donovan Mitchell wants to waste that time and have empty seasons.
Okay, I am going to bring this question up to you if you don't care. This will be my one prediction with Kentucky next year. Calipari in the state of Kentucky is kind of getting some hot water. How do you think their season plans out this far? I'll just leave it at that. Do you think with Oscar coming back, the Player of the Year, do you think that Final Four's the limit for him, or at least he has to get there? How do you feel on that? Because I know, like I said earlier,
Cal at least he has to get there.
I'm telling you,
how long is this contract? About $8 million a year for how many years?
Forever. They basically signed him to a lifelong deal. But I'm telling you, Kentucky fans are crazy, and if Cal don't get to the Final Four, they are livid. And I am not one of them because Calipari has done so much for the state of Kentucky through this basketball team that I think casual fans don't understand. I'll just leave it at that. But how do you think this team at least is going to play?
He just raised a ton of money for the people that got invested by the West
Tornado.
State.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Cal can really coach. It's not a rite of passage to get to the Final Four. They had the COVID year killed them because when you bring that many young guys in, you have to have time to have them in the gym and work with them. This past year, I liked the team. I didn't love their team. I think C.J. Frederick is actually going to help them a little bit. I think he's got more of his type of guys. Obviously, Oscar coming back with the energy that he brings. I think they got more shot makers. I like Toppin. I think he's an athletic, hard-playing kid. And I think Collins is going to be a key. He's got to give him consistent minutes with that body. He's got, I'm interested to see. I'm supposed to go out there in sometime in August to watch them work out. But They're fine. And,
Just
I mean,
give me a holler. We'll both go up there
Cal's-
and we'll watch them.
Yeah, sure. No, Cal's Cal. He's a lightning rod, but no one has more passion, and he feeds off that. The Kentucky basketball is like a drug to him, and he feeds right off it, and it motivates him. And he's a hell of a guy. What he does in the community, what he does for others. You talk about servant leadership and teaching his players servant leadership. No one serves other people more than John Calipari. He's really, really selfless when it comes to really trying to help people make a difference in other people's lives. And, obviously he's been extremely successful. So it's hard to get to the Final Four. I mean, look what happened to Duke last year. I mean,
look what happened to us last year, first round.
Yeah, I was disappointed. I mean, that was a shocker. But look, every coach in the country is in hot water. Tom Izzo was in hot water. I mean, it's just fan is short for fanatic.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is the people that are screaming, yelling, don't know what they don't know. So
absolutely, I've had to fight with so many fans around here about Calipari not know how to coach. He doesn't know X's and O's, and I'm like, all you got to do is watch. I think it was 2 years ago they did like a YouTube scrimmage that they had on YouTube. I'm sorry, they did a practice on YouTube where you could actually watch it, and just listening to him give out the commands, it really.
Can I tell you something, Michael? I'm going to save you here.
Okay.
The people that say he can't coach, they don't know what they don't know.
I mean, that's true, because the way that they were implementing the plays from here to there, I'm like, oh my goodness, that's so far advanced than anybody I've ever heard. And the people that actually say that he doesn't know how to coach, it's more of a player friendly, like, okay, I see the defense here, I can call this play and come this way. It's so much more advanced than anything anyone in Kentucky has ever seen. And boo you people that don't think he can coach.
All right, way to get it off your chest.
Thank you. I've been waiting.
Yes, Seth, it was a pleasure having you. And we know that you have a crazy schedule, so we definitely appreciate you taking your time to come on and talk hoops with us.
Thank you for stopping by.
You guys are great. Keep Mike in line, though. I mean,
oh, yeah, we definitely will.
I mean, you got to keep him in line. I mean, what part of Florida?
I am in Panama City, Florida.
Panama City. All right. I got you. Up top. All right, you guys are a lot of fun. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your family.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you.
The storm doesn't hit you too bad, Mike.
I appreciate it.
Appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
Take care, man. Have a good one. All right.
Well, that was absolutely awesome.
Yeah, that was great.
Other than he coming at me like nonstop.
God, you gotta admit that question about the summer league and regular season that was wild. Okay. That was super wild.
I meant as far as the intents, like it's entertaining. Like to me, in the NBA, some of these games like they rest. The minutes restriction and stuff. It's like they could care less. Like these guys in summer league, they are all out playing the whole time because that's even last night. One of the game, I think it was Houston. They were winning by 1 point. There's 3 seconds left. They threw it over a guy. The guy caught it. Every time what would happen in any game would dribble out to the 3-point line and let the time run out. But he had to get his bucket to get his stats so it can look better for him to possibly make the team. Like they're trying to play to make a spot for them. He put it in. Like I'm sitting there thinking, whoa, what are you doing? I'm like, well, you're trying to get that 2 points in that stat sheet for you. I know what you're doing. So I like the summer league. I'm just going to be honest with you.
I like summer league too.
Summer league too, bro. But come on, man. The NBA regular season, we got all the top tier talents: LeBron, Luka, Steph Curry.
Unless they're resting.
I saw you tweet that out. I think it was that. Yes, might have been yesterday. I was like, oh, I was like, come on, bro. But
no,
yeah, it was great. That was great. It was a great interview, man. Seth was real.
It was, man. Absolutely. It was.
New York guy, so that's always a plus. But yeah, it was a great interview. One of our first of many. So
first of many.
We got it. But let's go ahead and get into more summer league if you want, man. If y'all want.
Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. I mean, what's your thoughts on what y'all seen so far? Start with Michael, and then we'll go with Nick.
Being more of the Eastern Coast, like I was talking about, or not all coast, but Eastern, I haven't got to see OKC that much, and seeing Giddey a little bit, I was kind of impressed with the way he played. With Chet, I do think even adding Alexander Gilchrist with that team, that's going to be a nice little unit, I think. Now, do I think they're going to be great where they're competing in the West now? No, but I'm going to be interested in this team a little bit. One, I've got family that live in Oklahoma, so when they first opened up, my aunt that lived out there, she actually sent me some gear. So Oklahoma's a little sensitive to the heart. So I really like to play. I even like Ty. Of course, it's a Kentucky boy. With the game on the line there for Houston, he was brave enough to take that last shot, coming to his left, turning his body off-centered and shooting back with his right hand, which he is. He made a nice play with the game on the line. So Chet, the way he played coming over, I'm sure you guys have seen the highlight. Off help, the ball went away from him. He comes from underneath the goal to block that shot late in the game. I'm loving this athleticism that we're seeing in the summer league.
Yeah, Nick, what your thoughts?
Oh man, it's been great. Not as great as Michael's take on the summer league being better than the regular season games, but it's been great to say the least.
TikTok, ain't it, Nick?
Oh man, we got to get the clips. We got to get the clips. But overall, man, just seeing all the top tier talent, man, it's been amazing. I've been really impressed with Kenneth Lofton Jr. because he was a guy when he was at Louisiana Tech. He was kind of like he was good. I'm not gonna say he was underrated, but he was definitely under the radar, if you want to say. I think a lot of people paid attention, but then again, a lot of people don't. Maybe it was because he was at a mid-major, so he wasn't at one of the top-tier schools like Kentucky, Duke, or whoever. So a lot of people didn't really know what he was capable of and how versatile he was. But in that first game against OKC, you really saw, just for him, being able to pass, being able to play down low in the post, really going at Chet, in the in the painted area, and then also hitting some threes as well. So I mean, it's like the thing about it is that, what the sub league can do is it really helps, with a lot of players, who ended up working on their games in between the end of college. And then of course, summer league. So, they got like a 2-3 month gap in between. So a lot of them are adding on to their game and they're definitely showcasing it, during the summer league too. So definitely impressed with Kenneth Lofton Jr. Jabari Smith Jr. has been really good to me as well. I saw a lot of people on Twitter, complaining about the turnovers and, and the ball handling ability, but it'll all come, man. I mean, you just got to be patient with these guys. Some people are going to come out here on top, some people aren't. Jabari, even despite that, Jabari has still been pretty well, has been playing pretty well for me, honestly. So I don't have a problem with it. I still think that he's going to have a great career. Obviously, we know what Shed has been able to do. Obviously, with his versatility of scoring, and then of course, being a pretty decent defender as well, even with his stature. So I've been really impressed with him. Wiseman actually just came back. I'm definitely happy to see him back on the floor.
Yeah, played well tonight. They still playing right now as we speak. But yeah, he's probably done for the night. But
yeah, they got him and Kuminga out there, so that's pretty good. And then we got Paolo too. And I'm probably gonna make this take on Paolo, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably gonna break the internet when I say this, but y'all be.
Where we going with this? Let's hear it.
Y'all be patient with me, man. I
think I already broke it.
I mean, I know it's summer league. I know we should not get carried away, man. But I'm watching Paolo now, and look, this is just all a projection. This is not. I'm not banking on this, but I think that he can be the best number one pick since LeBron. I definitely feel like that. I know. We had guys like Zion. I know we had who else has been number one since LeBron? Kyrie. I know that we had a lot of great number one picks, but I feel like Paolo can be right there. As far as the best number one pick since LeBron.
Yeah, he has a great feel for the game. He could get to his spots. He had some turnovers too last night, but that's going to come with the territory. That's the reason why they play these games. To get better, and I think he did a great job. He's really showing up against those top guys too. When he went up against Jabari the other night, went up against Keegan Murray yesterday. They play Chet tomorrow at 9:00 on ESPN. So, I think it's going to be great for him. He's in a good situation too. Obviously, going to Orlando, they're going to give him the rock. He's going to be the guy. There's no set key number one guy on that team. They have a bunch of guys. We don't have a guy, so they're going to look to him to carry them and to W. So, I don't think that's a crazy take. I can definitely see that in the Eastern Conference. They got some room to grow, but like I said, he has a great game. He's great playmaking as well. It's some underrated thing. When you play in these colleges, these coaches are the stars. And when you go to the NBA, the players are the stars. So you're starting to see more of his ability in the summer league, and I think that's just going to translate with the spacing now in the NBA. Chet, same thing. Honestly, you really didn't see him do behind the backs, dribble pull-ups at Gonzaga. He wasn't doing that stuff. He was playing in a college-based system. So he looks good. I mean, yeah, he does have to get stronger, definitely has to get stronger. There's going to be some guys going to move him off his spot. If he wants to be able to stay on his spot and get his shot off, he definitely has to add some muscle, no doubt about it. But he's still young. He's 20 years old. People just think he's going to be, 190 pounds for 15 years of his career. It's a ludicrous take. So, and Jabari, the shot hasn't gone in, but that's fine. He has some really good looks. I'm watching him. I've watched their games so far. The turnovers, the handles is cool too, because that you have Jalen Green, you have Kevin Porter Jr., Josh Christopher look really good too. And so it's not like he has to be like Giannis or a point forward right away. He could develop into that, and he could get the ball on the block in his spots. He could still be able to score and get busy. So not too worried about that. But Keegan Murray, that's the guy I'm most surprised. I'm most surprised of, not because I didn't think he'd be good, but I'm just seeing him. I didn't see a lot of Iowa games, so now seeing him, in this NBA setting. He looks like he's going to be a problem. And it's similar to what Seth said. They have a lot of guards. Davion Mitchell, Fox, Malik Monk is probably going to come off the bench. So it didn't make sense for them to get a guy like Ivy. So, he could kind of be like a small forward, power forward type. And him and Sabonis, they're definitely going to eat. I definitely see them being a really good duo in the front court. Matherin looked pretty good also. And then Ivy's special. I mean, you see the ability. He ended up getting hurt.
Yeah,
ankle and all the 3-point shot, but he looked like he was about to drop 30.
Which he tweeted out today, probably a couple hours ago, saying everything was fine as far as his ankle, nothing serious or anything like that. I don't know if y'all have seen that.
No, I missed it. I missed that. That's great. That's great though, guy. He's good. He's healthy. He's going to be a special player. I really like all the first 5 picks. I mean, they really didn't get to see Shaedon Sharpe. Unfortunately, he had the small labrum tear in his shoulder, so he's going to be out for the summer league. We're going to see it in the regular season. He made a nice move though, like in that game. I was like, okay, against the Pistons, where I think he's going to be a bucket, but it's going to be Dame and Simons definitely getting to work in that backcourt for now. But yeah,
I want to ask you guys. Sorry, go ahead. I thought you was done there.
No, I'm just saying I was a rapper. I'm saying I'm a fan, man. I like this class. I think it's going to be a really good class.
Mm-hmm. What about someone past, we'll say, number 9 or number 10? Anyone below there that kind of stuck out to you? Because one person stuck out to me. Go ahead.
Yes, Jaden Hardy for Dallas. Yeah, he dropped 28 points the other day. I think they played the Bulls, if I'm not mistaken. I believe that was. Yeah, they played the Bulls. And like I said, I mentioned this on several occasions on Twitter and even on my other podcast, the Hoop Truthers. Like, he should have never dropped that low. People don't understand, the versatility that he brings to the floor, his confidence offensively. Like, I always say that, playing in the G League, I get it. Like, you're not playing for like any of like the top tier schools in the country, as far as college and Division I. But the one thing about the G League and playing for the Ignite is that it gets you prepared for what the professional league is. Because the G League is technically professional, you know what I'm saying? So with Jaden Hardy already have that experience. And we even saw last year, guys like Kuminga, guys like Jalen Green. So for Jaden Hardy, just to have that experience under him, I feel like he's going to be able to adjust, to the NBA and on a pretty good level. So we saw the other night, on Friday, or on Friday at least, 28 points. I think he shot like 13 for 20 or something like that. I can't exactly remember, but he looks comfortable out there. I know that it's summer league. I know that he's playing against a lot of other young guys, but just give him some time this year to really figure himself out on this Dallas team. I can see him getting some really good rotational minutes throughout the course of the season of the season.
Yeah, it's a nice opening for him. Definitely now that Jalen Brunson now is no longer with the team, so they're going to need a guard off the bench. Hardaway, Dinwiddie, those guys, they're getting up there. They're not getting up there, but Hardaway's coming off an injury. So he has an opportunity, to really develop in a great system. We know Luka's the guy, so just being able to play off the ball. That's the primary thing that he has to work on. Again, you guys probably stole one of my page later when you guys were talking about Seth Lofton. He could be. I think he could be really good. I think he'd be really good for this team. I think push come to shove, they could play some small ball 5, put Jared Jackson Jr. at the 5, and he could kind of work in that paint. And then with the shooters that they have in Dylan Brooks and Desmond Bane, and Jared Jackson Jr. as well, he can shoot the ball. I think he has some solid post moves, and I think he's gonna be a good player if he gets the right opportunity. He's gonna be nice, man, because he has a great feel for the game, nice handle, and knocking down the shot. And he's a lefty too, so you're gonna have that.
Go.
Yeah, you're gonna have the advantage already. whoever taught him ball did a great job, because what he does is a rarity in the NBA today, with the post moves and being dominant in the paint, and with the type of footwork that he has already at a young age. I think he's gonna be really good. So I think he went to a great team. Better hold on to him. He's only on a 2-way contract. They better hold on to him, man.
What do y'all think about Nikola
Jovic?
Jovic. Because he played well. He almost have a triple-double first night.
I didn't even watch Miami, to be honest.
Yeah, I didn't see his first game. I saw the second one when he had like 25, where he definitely got more comfortable. Miami. I'm not doubting Pat Riley and what they do over there in that system. They always find some guys, whether it's second round, undrafted. As long as you buy into their system, Michael, you know this after watching Heat games. You're going to be good. You're going to be good to go. And I think it's going to take some time for him to develop. He could come in and really be a player. If you look, he could create his own shot, play some defense too. That's obviously Spoelstra's main thing if you want to get some playing time. So I think he's going to be good. And as long as he develops, he's going to be on the right path. He went to the perfect team to do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
My whole thing with Jovic is that he's super talented offensively. Being able to score on all three levels, being able to rebound, being able to pass, be the orchestrator on the floor. But the biggest concern for his game is really his defense, because he can't defend nothing. Honestly, like he can't guard on the perimeter. He can't defend the rim because he's too small. So that's and also I'll be honest, his footwork on the defensive end on the defensive end is really not that great as well. So the whole thing, the whole challenge for him moving forward is how he can become more of an X factor on the defensive end, because he has the length at least, and eventually he will grow in size as well. So I feel like that's going to be a challenge for him. But besides that, he's super gifted offensively. He can score, he can play make. So that's just going to have to be the challenge for him is on the defensive end.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm watching the. I didn't know it was even on yet, but I'm watching the game, the summer league game here, and a guy who I'm wanting to see do good is McCollum, or I'm sorry, shoot.
What team? Which game?
Golden State. He was played with
McClung.
McClung.
Yeah.
There we go. Yes, because he's from an hour away from where I live. He grew up in Gate City, Virginia. And just watching his highlights, he was a social media highlight with some of his dunks that we do.
Yeah, yes, he was.
I think he.
Wait, you said how far is that from where you are?
Probably an hour or two from where I live.
In Virginia?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know they're that close. I need to go back to do geography.
Oh my goodness,
they're right there.
Okay.
Really?
We touch.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Are you serious right now? I don't care what I say about basketball. If you don't know where the states are, that's a little bit more of a problem, I think.
Guys are lacking today, man.
There's 50 states in the United States, though.
Didn't you have a problem once before with our states?
Yes, I did before. I can't remember exactly what it was, but
it's something about Illinois maybe being cold because you didn't realize they were that far up. But yes, I actually live in the southeast part of Kentucky.
Oh wow,
where Virginia and Tennessee meet. That's where I'm at, and you did not even know that. That is. I wish Seth was on there for that. Maybe he'd have my back on this at least, but wow.
It was your day to get roasted, Michael. It was your day.
It was fine. I enjoyed it, to be honest with you. If I can say someone that's high up that roasted me on this and say that, and comment on my beard too. So, it's all good.
Sure.
All good. But I'm glad that he goes, just thinking, even if he doesn't make it, because, this is his second year and the Lakers let him go. You go from having LeBron James, Anthony Davis in your locker room, again, an hour or so away from me, to being picked up by Golden State, where now you're probably going to go in there and practice with Steph Curry, Thompson, and just every one of those. What a great opportunity for this young man. The Skate City is probably maybe, I'd say, 15,000 people live there. It's that small of a little city. So it's a great thing for him. He went to a good team where I think he can excel if given the opportunity.
Yeah, it's going to take him some time. They just got DiVincenzo as well in the free agency. Mm-hmm. So, as long as he just stays with it, I definitely remember. He was a high school sensation. Went to Georgetown, and went to Texas Tech.
Yeah.
So,
speaking of DiVincenzo, did y'all see that? There was a recording on Twitter. There was some guys in the spaces, and they went absolutely insane when the Warriors signed Kuminga. Or sorry, not Kuminga, DiVincenzo.
Yeah, I did see that. I see
Yeah,
they were going
that was
wild.
wild.
I don't know if it was like sarcasm or I'm not sure, but
I think they were serious.
He's a solid player. Solid rotational piece. Another guy too, Scottie Pippen Jr.
Yep.
He's looked really good in these summer league games, passing the ball, driving to the basket, knocking down some shots. He's going to, I think he could find his way into rotation pretty soon as well. Like his game, play some defense. Really didn't get a lot of looks because he went to Vanderbilt. So, it's not really a team that is going to get a lot of national love from a basketball point. So he dropped and he went undrafted. So but I think, he went to a great team too. I mean, they're going to need a point guard here soon, maybe in the next year or this year coming up. So I think he went to a great spot. And I think again these guys that are playing right now, a lot of guys also it's also auditions to go overseas too, not just the NBA.
That's true.
Some EuroLeague scouts sitting here in these stands as well. So
look at the stands, boys. The fans are all standing. Tie ball game.
It's 85 all.
See, look at this atmosphere. And y'all saying that regular season? Man, this would be happening.
Michael.
So you telling me you would prefer this?
Guys, listen. I'm so deep into this, I have to go there, okay? Leave me alone. I know I was wrong on that, okay? Leave me alone, but I have to stay committed.
Because I'm saying, I want to see Apollo versus Giannis. You feel me? On League Pass is way better than this, bro.
Listen, I started to ask Seth Greenberg this just because I was so far in on this. Be like, okay, so TBT winner against the NBA Finals winner, who you got? And I was like, you know what, that's going way too much.
That's a different type of show, man.
But did you all hear that Jimmer Fredette is actually playing the TBT this year?
Yep, I did see that.
I didn't hear that. That's great, yeah. Jimmer was a sniper in college.
Yeah, man. He played, I think, last time he played in the TBT, I seen this, like I said, as I was coming up here with the rush to the show. He averaged 31 points a game, I think, in 2018, and he hadn't played since. Of course, he kind of made his comeback to the NBA, but he's playing again this year. Have you all got a favorite or a pick? Because you can actually do a bracket. Did you all know that on TBT, their website, you can actually make a bracket, and the number one brackets win a $4,000. So I filled one out.
Hang on, I need that bread. Hang on,
I'm gonna fill one out definitely after.
Yeah, I need that bread.
Yes,
for real.
It actually goes on down. Like first place is 4,000, second place 1,000, and I think they go all the way to pay out the 100th.
Really, from 4,000 to 1,000?
I want to say maybe less, but I don't think so.
I was hoping maybe 2,000, at least half.
I mean, I'll take
either or. Don't get me wrong. I mean,
you ever play much poker or anything like that?
I don't gamble, dog. I don't.
Okay. I mean, I don't either. But back in college when we played Texas Hold'em, like first place got everything. Second place basically got your buyback in or your buy-in. So I mean, second place are still first place losers, so they shouldn't get too much.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. All right. Let's kind of get. You want to get into the. You want to do the expansion, or you want to get into this Ray versus Clay thing?
Wherever y'all want to go, man. Y'all are leading the show. I'm on the fast break. I'm the trailer.
Okay. Honestly, we kind of touched with the expansion a little bit. If you all want to go into any more detail, I'm fine with it.
Seth. Really, I mean, those are the two teams for me. I mean, looking at the summer league in Vegas, you see all the people there now. I mean, obviously it's different fans of different teams, but you see what the Raiders, they went to Vegas. It's gonna be a big draw. It could be a spot where superstars might want to go play for in a couple years if they do decide to do that, for sure, because of the location, because of everything that's surrounding it. So that's a possibility. And Seattle should have never left Oklahoma City. I mean,
absolutely.
Clay Bennett. He decided he wanted to leave Seattle, but that's a city that deserve their team back, no doubt about it. So
that's true.
Those two cities make the most sense right now to make it 32 teams in the A.
I'm trying to think of other teams that could possibly use one. San Diego did have the Clippers at one point. Maybe they could use the team again.
San Diego, yeah. I mean, they lost the Chargers. I think they would love having a
something.
In their city.
My family's from this town, bro. Kansas City. They got the Chiefs out there. You know what I'm saying? Like They could use the NBA team as well.
I mean, they have the Royals in baseball. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I think they have a hockey team. So, yeah, I mean, I can see them getting a basketball team.
Besides that,
isn't the college Hall of Fame in Kansas?
I think
that's
so.
a good question. I'm not sure. College basketball hall? I'm not sure.
I want to say it at least developed from Kansas. I think that's where the person who invented, I can't think, Naismith.
James Naismith, yep.
I think that's where he's from, at least. There's something with Kansas that has to do it.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, those small, those small market cities. I mean, they're gonna ride for their team. You're never gonna have to worry about attendance or anything like that. I mean, if, you put the effort, they're gonna show up and show a lot of love.
As much as I would love one in Kentucky, I do not think. Yep, Kansas City, Missouri is where the College Basketball Hall of Fame is located at.
Okay.
Man, look at that knowledge I got up here. Whew.
Using it, man. You have to redeem yourself after that take, man.
Hey, listen, just call me Skip, okay? Come with some hot takes.
Oh, man.
Don't call me Skip. Please don't call me Skip.
Nah, I wouldn't do that to you, brother. But nah.
Okay, let's just get right into it. Let's have this talk. I don't even want to use the word debate because to me it's not a debate.
It's going to be a debate.
But to Nick, apparently
it's going to be a debate. It's going to be a debate.
I'm just going to talk straight to you, CJ, on this. I am so sorry. I want to apologize to you, CJ, because apparently Nick does not follow you on Instagram because all he had to do is look at your post that you put on there, comparing the two, and it wouldn't even been a debate.
I actually do follow CJ on Instagram.
So the debate that what we're talking about, guys, is right now a lot of people, I'll say a lot of it's getting some I guess views here is that Klay Thompson isn't as good as Ray Allen, or Ray Allen is the by far better player. I'm just making the statement. Nick, I want to hear your side of this before we go to the legend of CJ dropping facts here about this.
CJ dropping facts, Michael dropping facts. Well, first of all, let me just go ahead and get right to it. This is not a biased Warrior fan take.
It is.
It's not whatsoever. Here's what I'm going to say. Ray Allen is one of the greatest shooters to ever live. He's probably, I mean, you can kind of debate who's a better shooter. Okay, so we obviously know that Steph is number one. And then, of course, Ray is number two on the all-time list. But I still think that it's debatable as far as who is the better shooter between Ray and Reggie Miller. You can go either way with that. But we're talking about as an overall player. Ray Allen was terrific, especially in his early days. I know everybody keeps tagging me and all the dunk highlights and everything. I get it. Absolutely. I get it. Ray. I'll be real. Ray could throw it down, and I think one year he did participate in the dunk contest if I'm not mistaken. So Ray has talent. I'm going to give it to Ray. I'm not going to sit over here and discredit Ray, especially for the impact that he made in Boston. That's nice. That's super nice. But especially with the impact that he did make in Boston too, it's particularly in that Game 6 in 2008 when this Celtics won by 39 and he dropped like 7 threes in that game, was a huge impact in that game. But let's get right into it, man. Like Klay Thompson is a different animal, dog. We just got to get into it, and the consensus is, Klay has never led a team. We get it, Unfortunately, he probably will never get that opportunity to be a number one option. So that may be the reason why people don't want to go with that reason.
That's the.
But let's be real. Like, I get it. Ray may be a better, I guess you want to say, like, a better player as far as, oh God, no, a better player as far as like, moving without the ball. But let's be real. I mean, I know that Klay is not the best off the dribble scorer, but he's definitely a better off the dribble scorer than Ray Allen. If you want to say he's definitely a better defender than Ray Allen. I just feel like Klay is just an overall better two-way player than Ray Allen. But I feel like because Ray came first, it's like, it's an automatic reason that's why people are picking Ray over Klay. But look, I love Ray Allen. I'm a big Ray Allen fan, honestly. But when it comes down to the two, I just feel like Klay kind of gets the nod for me.
So you're saying it's not close, or you're saying it's close?
It's close, but I'm gonna give.
I'm
Klay
really
the
not
nod.
sure what he just said and all that. Pretty much just like they're all great. They're great. But I'm going with Klay Thompson because he plays defense. Even though he said he just plays or he's a better two-way. That's all I heard.
Oh my God. What's your reasoning? I'm all ears. I'm all ears.
I'm just going to keep it simple because I know CJ is going to drop numbers. Okay, Ray Allen, when he was in his prime, the number one option. Can you tell me who was on his team?
Well, in Milwaukee, he had guys like Sam Cassell. He had guys like who else was on those teams? Those Milwaukee teams. Why is it not coming to my head right now?
Big Dog Robinson.
Was that? Oh yeah, Glenn Robinson.
Yeah, Big Dog. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Nothing. I mean, they went to the Eastern Conference Finals. I mean, he as a number one, he was
okay, but let's be real though.
I'm not
like,
even bringing. Wait.
Okay,
I'm not even bringing facts. Just could you name anybody? Okay, hey, can you name who plays with Klay Thompson?
Okay, see, that's where I knew that you guys were going to go to. So you
that's
okay?
all you
So
have to.
you guys are telling me, okay? So let's say for instance, like let's speak hypothetical. Let's say that Klay has never played with Steph. Like let's say that Warriors team has no Steph, and this is no KD. So you got a guy like Draymond Green. You still have guys like I don't know Jordan Poole or whoever. You're telling me that Klay can't be your number one option to lead you to the playoffs?
I'm going to let me ask you this. I'm going to ask you a question responding to your
question. God, a question with a question.
Can you tell me of another player that has been a number one that done something with their team that is Klay-esque, that's not ball dominant, that comes off of screens for shots, who can create a little bit but can play good defense? Can you tell anyone that sounds like that was a number one option?
Who are you going to say?
Well, I mean,
I'm asking. I really don't know. Like
I can't think of nobody off the top of my head. But.
And I'm not trying to be disrespectful to Klay Thompson. Obviously, I think he needs traded because Poole, but I'm saying that's a totally different conversation. I'm saying give it a year. I'm with you guys on that. But I'm just saying Klay Thompson is a great ball player. Klay Thompson is lights out from shooting. He can.
Does Klay Thompson have a game when he's dropped 60? Or no. Does Ray Allen have a game when he dropped 60 points on like 3 dribbles? Can't find it.
Because Ray Allen in his prime was a ball dribbler, a driver, dunker, shooter, defender. He did it all. He was the number one. I just don't think Klay Thompson could be the number one on a team. And no disrespect. Kyrie Irving, same way. Great ball player, but he's not the number one.
I'll give you that.
Now,
yeah.
CJ, your turn.
So it's a good debate. You know, this is a debate I've had for a little while, honestly. I mean, this has gone around for a little bit. Klay versus Ray. I'm gonna go with Ray just because I'm gonna pull up the numbers here in a little bit.
Oh my God, we got numbers.
Well, I mean, you got to put the numbers up for context, bro. You feel me? Like
you can't say one's top 10 and then not name 10 players ahead of him. Remember?
Context is key.
Could we do that too, Matt?
I don't think either or top 10 or even top 20, honestly.
No, I was just saying, if you drop anything, like CJ, he'll
all
call
time.
You out. He needs those numbers.
No. Those guys aren't. These guys aren't top 20 all the time. But so first off, the league was different when Ray was in his prime. Wasn't the same type of system. Like he'd probably be like Curry in terms of his how they would use him. You know, coming off screens. He's not the type of ball handler that Curry was, but he could play off the ball, things like that. And yeah, like Michael said, he was a driver. He drove to the basket. He had much more of a all-around game when he first got to the A coming out of UConn than Klay. Defensively, for sure. I mean, obviously Klay has that. There's no doubt about it. But it's a tough debate because again, we're never going to see Klay be a number one option. So, it's tough to really.
We did Ray.
Yeah, we saw Ray. We saw Ray as a number 1, number 3, number 4 in Miami. So, he's whatever role he was put in, he succeeded in. Both guys have stepped up in the playoffs. I remember I think you mentioned the 51-point game in the first round with Ray Allen against the Bulls in 2009.
Oh yeah, it's the Bulls. Yeah.
You know, and then Klay, obviously, Game 6 Klay. I mean, you have the name for a reason. OKC, I think the Cavs one time as well. So it's close. Their style is very similar. They're around 6'5", 6'6", 2 of the greatest shooters of all time. No doubt about it. But I'm gonna go with Ray because I feel like if he played in this era, his numbers would be in.
Oh my goodness!
Without question.
It wouldn't even be a debate if he played in this era.
Exactly.
So that's probably why people.
Hey, I'm not gonna say it wouldn't be a debate.
Yeah, but I don't think it would because again, like I said, he was better off the dribble and as great as Curry is, and they both need each other. I mean, Curry is playing. I mean, Clay is playing with one of the greatest players. We used to top 10 all the time, right? This is all we were saying.
With Steph?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Without question, yeah.
That's a factor. He gets a lot more open looks because you got to trap Steph. You got to get the ball.
Is it bad that I don't want to say that Steph is top 10 of all time still?
Listen, bro. It's. I mean,
I think he is personally,
but there's so many good players. Like, I'm not going to try to name them, but
you got to take Oscar Robertson out the top 10, dog. I'm sorry.
No, Mr. Triple Double.
Got to get him out of there. Get him out of there.
No, you disrespect him so much.
I love him, but Steph 4 rings of Finals MVP, two-time MVP. Like, come on, man, unanimous MVP.
Yeah,
but that's a debate for another day.
We're getting off topic. We're trying to be more focal on our points here. But I even think if we put, let's say we add some different people into this category, so Ray Allen and Thompson in today's era, would Reggie Miller even put Thompson completely out of this? I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like,
of course, he'd be the number one option.
So,
I mean,
it's just we love Thompson, but there's better shooters than him. Now, pure shooters.
Look at those shooting percentages right in front of you. Look at those shooting percentages.
That's why I put him up for context, bro. Because again, look at the era that we're in, and it's just a different time. And again, this guy's playing with Steph Curry, bro. And then
I'll even go on for this.
They were playing with Rashard Lewis in Seattle, and
Rashard was a pretty good shooter. I mean, I get it. Rashard was not Steph. I get that. But he's a pretty good shooter.
Rashard was great, boys.
Yeah, he was
Ray Allen had Rashard Lewis. He should not be in this category now. Come on. Like, let's be honest. Even Klay Thompson, yes, he's coming around screens, but a lot of those 47% from the free throw or a field goal and 42 from the line, basically 43, might as well round it up. Some of those where he was just standing still doing nothing and got the ball passed to him to shoot.
You're disrespectful, bro. You are very disrespectful.
Say that again.
You are disrespectful. You are disrespectful to Klay Thompson's conditioning. Moving without the ball.
I'm not saying that because he non-stops basically. But some of the plays, it's hey, pass here, pass here, pass here. They helped Klay Thompson's over here in the corner just waiting for it because that's how well of a vessel they are. And he just shoots. Like Ray Allen probably until he played for Miami or just we'll say with LeBron, wherever he played at, did not just get to stand still. Like, I mean, he was creating, he was shooting, he was doing all that coming off screens. Thompson, I'm not going to say had it easier, but Steph took a lot of pressure off of Klay in this, right?
I mean, he definitely I get it. Playing with Steph definitely does make the game easier for Klay because the defense is not always drawn on a guy like Klay Thompson because Steph is such a great lethal shooter. But, you guys are bringing up number one option, and I get it. Klay will never be a number one option ever in his career, but we can't act like, Klay has not had, like, golden moments where he has taken or like, at least where he has taken control as the number one option for a particular night. Like, for instance, in OKC Game 6, 2016, Western Conference Finals, 41 points. That's where the Game 6 Klay was born at. Yeah, and it's the same thing, like, even in the finals a few times. Honestly, a lot of people say that, if Klay Thompson was healthy, the Warriors would have won in 2019 against the Toronto Raptors. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how important he is to the team, honestly. So it's like,
important. We're not saying he's not important.
But I mean, basically what I'm saying is that, I get it. Like, Klay has never been a number one option, but he has shown on multiple occasions that, that he can lead the charge for a team, especially like, in the highest stages. Like in 2016 against OKC, we were down 3-1. And in that Game 6, we were practically going to get eliminated. But then, of course, Klay came down 41 points, like 11 3-pointers. So, like, he has shown in pressure situations of what he's capable of doing.
He's a great player. Obviously, we're nitpicking. But, like I said, I'm going to still go with Ray just because, again, it's just they were just different players. And it's unfortunate, we're never going to see why. Why would Klay ever leave Golden State? I mean, that doesn't make any sense. So we're never going to see
sense.
Yeah, so we're never going to see Clay be a number one option. But again, yeah, I mean, I think Ray is underrated. He's underrated. I mean, being the number one guy in Milwaukee and Seattle, obviously they didn't go as far as you would expect. But again, they didn't have great teams. And then it wasn't until he went to a really good team in Boston, and then they went to the finals. And he was definitely a key role in that. And then when he went to Miami, they won the chip. He made one of the biggest shots in NBA history. Like,
right. But that's my thing though too as well though, because it's like, I get it, like, everybody's saying like, he's playing, or like, Clay's playing with guys like Steph Curry and KD, and I get it, like, those are two of the greatest, or two of the greatest scorers to like, to at least ever play right now. And I get all that, but we got to stop like, discrediting help, like, it's like CJ mentioned, like, Ray Allen goes to Boston, the game becomes easier for him as well because he's playing alongside a great scorer like Paul Pierce.
No doubt. And KG. No doubt. Yeah, of course. I mean, you need help to win. I mean, for anybody that when people start bringing up who he played with, or the factors of like comparing, when they compare greats and they don't talk, you need help to win a championship. I mean, all these guys have played with. Obviously Steph, because Clay is not. Lamar, what's going on, brother? Steph, by the listing, didn't play with a top 75 player of all time because Clay didn't get in there. But we know how great Clay and Draymond are, and how important they are to that Golden State dynasty. So you need help. You need help to win in this league. It's a good discussion, but
it's not going anywhere. I don't think.
We gotta go Ray Allen.
Yeah, I'm gonna still go with Ray, bro. It's just, again, like I said, if he played in this era and he was with the type of spacing that's in the league today, I mean, bro, it'd be insane the type of numbers he'd be putting up.
I think Clay would still be like an all-star, like around like late 90s, early 2000s.
No, I'm not saying. Nah, Clay. Yeah, Clay would definitely. He would have to change his game. He'd have to play more off the dribble. He could still be able to use his size of a small.
He'd be like a Stojakovic for the Kings.
Nah.
See, I can't.
Now that's real disrespectful. I'm sorry.
I can't go there with you. Nah.
Hey, look, I'm not trying to knock Page or nothing like that, but.
Oh, I'm not saying as far as compatible. I'm just saying, like, I mean, Page was a shooter, I mean, that's what Clay is. Now, Clay is so much more than Page. I'm not saying that. I'm just, You're saying he had to change his style. I mean, they had shooters back then. They had snipers, but, I think Clay could have been totally fine doing that. But I think he would obviously been better. I'm just saying that the 90s still had shooters. I mean, even Ray Allen. You even had, who was the snipers back then?
You had Del Curry.
Del Curry, Mike Bibby,
Reggie Miller, yeah. Bibby for sure. It was a whole bunch of Steve Kerr. It was a lot of guys. It's just, again, the game was different. People didn't really rely on a three like we do today. So, and like I said, Ray would have shattered that 3-point record. I mean, Curry would have probably caught him eventually, but he would have shattered that record, bro, if he had played in today's game. It would have took a minute. It would have took a minute, bro, because like. The scheme was just different. The scheme was just different, man. It's just a different time. So
the ball went down low in the 80s and 90s. Like the 3-point wasn't really a thing. Like if you're open, you shot it, but other than that, it went down low and make its way back out.
Right. Exactly. So it's a good discussion, but I'm still go with Ray. It's just first option versus second option. But both two of the greatest shooters of all time.
Oh man,
they stepped up. I mean, you're a homer, bro. So I understand. Like you should ride with your guy, but
in some cases, it was the third option.
You talking about Ray, right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No,
both of them, honestly. Because I mean, even in Boston, you could say that that Ray was kind of the third option.
Clay, you think Clay? You think when opposing teams. When they game plan with the Warriors, you think they were?
I'm saying when they had KD that year. Like, I mean, he
was. Oh, right. Okay, right. Yes. Right. No doubt, for sure. Obviously.
Right.
So, I wouldn't be disrespectful saying they were playing it more for Poole than they were Clay, as they should. But
Yeah, you've been on that Poole train, man.
Yeah, you really have. You've been talking about trading Clay and everything. I'm like, geez. Now that's real disrespectful.
They'll never trade him. But you have to admit that Poole looked pretty good this year.
He should have won Most Improved Player. Him or DeJounte Murray.
No, it should have been Poole's hands down, I think. I can't even believe, one, that Ja was in it, and two, that he won it.
Yeah, I don't understand why Ja was in that. Oh, look at Sharif O'Neal. Let's go, Sharif. Yeah.
They've been talking crazy about him recently, man. And it sucks. But I mean, a lot of people have to understand, like, you know, I think like just like 2-3 years ago, he had like open heart surgery. So
yeah,
he still could be recovering from that, honestly. But
look at that dunk by O'Neal.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, man. I mean, I don't really think like the ceiling's really high on Sharif anyway. Like, if anything, you know, he'll probably get some G League time, but you know, that's just kind of how it is, man. You know, especially when you're the son of an NBA legend, honestly.
Yeah, all I gotta do is just keep working on his game, get the outside shot going, try to do other things to make an impact on the team, because he's not going to be a guy, and he's going to find his way on a rotation. That's it. NBA Twitter is a bunch of lonely people on that app, bro. You know, they go on Twitter because, you know, they don't have a lot of things going on in their lives, and you know, they feel like, you know, let me tweet this out for some likes, and then, you know, that dopamine, you know, gets off when they get the likes. That dopamine kicks in, and they love that. So it's just a bunch of lonely people that have a lot of insecurities. So that's why they be going crazy and trying to go at him. It makes no sense, and it makes no sense to go at him. He's never said anything crazy or said anything.
He's actually been very quiet.
Yeah, like he's mad. Yeah, he's mad chill. Like he's not even someone that, you know, that's like, you know, super crazy on social media or wilds out. Like it's ridiculous, bro. Like, again, like I said, this is jealousy and insecure people just trying to attack somebody. It's really sad, but.
You know, kind of like Seth Greenberg was attacking me. You know, I was just here on this level, but you know,
it's just the times we live in, man.
That's right. And well, I'm about afraid to say anything, but in today's time, as a big man, which I do think, as far as size, borderline big man, but I mean, he's still growing. You know, if you're athletic, that's really all you have to be as a big. Protect the rim, be able to jump out of a gym. And you can make it on some team, because, you know, everything's coming for pick and roll and just sky at the rim, either getting a rebound or just an alley-oop, you know. So, I mean, if you're a skilled, I'll say it that way, an athletic big man that's mobile and fast, you can make it in the NBA now. Like, did we really think that McGee would be in the NBA this long?
Yeah, I felt.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to think about it. It's always going to be rim runners in the A, bro. Because like you said, because the way the pick and roll is set up and the spacing, you know, it's perfect for those guys. I mean, they're gonna have a whole lot of space to roll to the basket, and if they don't step up, then you know it's a lob. So, I felt like McGee. I mean, they said McGee's gonna have a starting role on the Mavs. So shout out to him.
I guess after the rat tail and the shacking a fool every other day, I was like, okay, this guy's not going to last long. But it's evolved where a big man, as long as they can sky to the rim and set picks and protect the rim, I mean, they're going to have a long career too.
Yeah, him going to Golden State really, really changed his career, man. You know, I feel like him going to a team like that, understanding team aspects, he really showed his IQ. Running with Golden State. And then he went to the Lakers too. He had a big impact for them. I mean, he was big time.
Absolutely.
Pre-pandemic and all that, he was going off. Him and Dwight playing the 5, you know, pretty much behind AD right there. He was solid, man. He was solid. He's still getting them checks, man. Salute.
Oh, absolutely.
It was great, honestly, man. Like it was super great for him, because, you know, everybody had this image of him of being like, you know, this.
Wow.
What happened?
I think it was Bass with that reverse that he just did. Did y'all not see that?
Oh, I missed it. I missed it. They're showing the dunk, the Sharif dunk.
The Sharif dunk, yeah.
Oh, okay.
That was a nice dunk. I'll give it to him.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, let's say if you're an athletic guy, right? For me, and you got athleticism, I'm just and this guy doesn't even have a lot of crazy athleticism. I'm just watching Draymond, bro. I'm hitting up Draymond like, yo, what's up, bro? Let's get in the film. Let's learn the game, because he really found a niche for himself where he doesn't.
All you need is that IQ.
I don't know if you've seen this clip on Twitter, nigga. The 1 minute 46 seconds of Draymond via the score. Have you seen that yet?
I think I've seen it. Yeah,
summer league. Yeah, him going off in the summer league and scoring, looking like a bucket. And I was like, everybody's like, where is this type of Draymond? But yeah, but yeah, I mean, that's who I would try to model my game, man. If you got the connections, I'm like, yo, what's good? Teach me your ways, give me the IQ, because of course he's obviously on a team where it makes it easier for him to play that way, but. You could still be on the team, make an impact. Look at Gary Payton II. I mean, this guy was all over the place. You know, he was on all different types of G League teams. On the Bucks,
wasn't even drafted, right?
Undrafted, yeah, out of Oregon State. Was on the Bucks. He was on the Warriors a couple times.
Mm-hmm. I remember like the last time I read an article on him. I think he was playing for the Raptors 905 in the G League. So that just shows like how much he came about. He came last like year, 2 years,
and now he just got a bag with Portland. So you just got to stay at it, man. Just stay at it. And he's another guy, not a great shooter, but he does everything else extremely well. He could guard centers for a little bit. He's really good on switches and things like that. So that's what I would do, man. Just try to find.
I like how you throw in the word "little bit."
Let me out that part. Yeah,
right.
They obviously can't, not the whole possession every time, but even honestly today. Point guard, they don't even look for the big in the post anymore, and that's what I was talking about with Lofton. It's like even on the switch, the way teams like to switch, you would think the point guard to give it to the mismatch. They just keep dribbling the ball. Come back, set another screen for me again.
Yeah,
shot like it's not even. And I see why some of these old heads feel the way they feel when they talk about the game, because if you got to switch and you're switching like that, you got a big man on you and on a guard. Yeah, dump that in the paint. That's light work.
Yeah.
That's what the Timberwolves need to do. That's what the Timberwolves need to do.
Yeah.
Next year, they get switches. Go Bear, bro. What's up? Call for the ball. Dunk on that boy. If not, man, you coming off the court. Straight up. Oh, Jello's playing. Okay.
Yes, I was just about to give him a shout out. Shout out to LiAngelo Ball, man, getting that summer league action. Last year, he actually played really good. I thought, like a lot of people thought that he was going to get like an NBA contract, but unfortunately, it never happened. Honestly, I'll be real, like. I'm not really banking on Jello really getting a contract from the NBA at this point. Honestly, I mean, he could probably get some overseas action, but I mean, he's a pretty decent player in my opinion. I think he's a really good player, but sometimes people just don't get that opportunity.
Yeah, if I'm him, I'll just go overseas. Get more tape out, because remember he didn't get a lot. He doesn't have a lot of tape.
Yeah, he doesn't.
He got hurt, and then the UCLA thing, how that transpired, and then he ended up getting hurt. So he doesn't really have a bunch of tape on him. So. Obviously, he got an opportunity because, of course, LaMelo's a guy. Yeah, LaMelo's a guy there in Charlotte. But when he was on the court last year in the summer league, he was knocking down some big shots. I thought.
He was.
Even for the Charlotte Storm, he wasn't really getting a lot of playing time. I would look up a little bit. He was just chilling. So
right.
I don't know. Hopefully, he balls out in this. Jello should have ever touched those damn sunglasses. Yeah, that just poor judgment. Poor judgment, man. It's all good though. he got a roll. Oh, Jello for 3? He missed that. But
the thing about it is that like he doesn't really have a lot to his game either. Instead of just being a spot up 3-point. I mean, he does have tremendous size, honestly. For a 3-man, but I mean, like he doesn't really have a lot to his bag.
I mean, how much Duncan Robinson got? 15 annual?
I mean, yeah, that's true. But you gotta make shots too. You gotta make shots.
That's why he's about to get traded.
Hey, he's still gonna get the bag though.
Yeah. I mean, he's getting paid.
Yeah, the money stays. Just different team.
Don't matter who signs the checks or where it comes from, boys. I'll wear any color uniform you want me to, as long as that dough comes in.
Him and Bertans got that bag with the Wizards. And he was stinking it up, and then got traded to the Mavericks.
What that cracks me up is Whiteside. Like he was broke, and then got that contract with the Heat, and then just fell off the earth when Bam.
He absolutely stunk in Utah. I could not stand him in Utah. Who? Even in Sacramento,
Whiteside.
Hassan Whiteside.
Yeah, Miami. I thought he was going to be the one. He was the way he was playing in Miami.
Because he came in like right after the LeBron era, if I'm not mistaken. Like right after LeBron had left. Yep.
Yeah, it was him and Wade for a little bit. I was like, okay, he might have something now. And then he got that 88 mil, and it was over.
Yeah, because it was almost like a big storyline. Like he was staying in somebody's a relative's house, sleeping on the couch because he couldn't afford anything, and then he finally got a shot with.
That sounds like the Jeremy Lin story.
Yeah, and then made bank, and then said, "You know what? I'm done now because I'm getting paid no matter what."
Yeah, that was a guy that I thought that was gonna be good. What are some other guys you thought for like the last couple of years, 10 years, that I thought was gonna be good? It just didn't work out. I'm gonna say Tyreek
Evans. Oh yeah, he was definitely one of those ones. And I
thought he was gonna be cold, bro.
I feel like he was still good, but it always just seemed like he got hurt or got traded.
The reason why I feel like it didn't work because Keith Smart put him at small forward, and he should have kept him at point guard. Keith Smart. Every time I listen, bro. If he ever watch, I don't care, bro. It is what it is. Like,
what about Michael Carter Williams?
After the rookie season, I was like, okay, and then I don't know, man.
Because he had a good show in his rookie year of Philly, and then it just kind of fell off from there. Even a guy like Dennis Smith Jr., honestly, like I absolutely hate that he got traded to New York, because once he went to New York, like that's when everything went downhill for
him. It's Brandon Jennings.
Oh my God, Brandon Jennings.
Woo. Remember he had Cook Curry, dropped 55
that rookie year, yeah.
He was a problem, bro. I thought he was gonna be good, bro.
He was a sniper. You talk about a guy. Oh my God.
There's Aaron. There's Aaron on TV.
So yo, try to get that, yo.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Told me to try to get it on. Man, I couldn't get it.
I didn't get to see it.
He was helping a boy shoot on a little like
mini game joint.
Mini game. Yeah. The little ramp comes down.
Where's my remote? I need to rewind.
Yo, rewind it. Yeah, rewind it and film that, bro. It's
Mine's bootleg. I can't rewind.
But yeah, like Jennings, he would have been perfect in today's NBA. Perfect.
Oh yeah, Brandon Jennings will average at least around like 20 something. All right,
Easy.
Here we are. Hang on. All right. I'm not there yet. I'm looking at these two guys at the trophy. Oh, that is Aaron. Oh my God, that's Aaron. Oh snap. That's Aaron. Hang on. I'm definitely getting this on a picture.
Yeah.
Kudos to them. Shout out to Aaron Washington, guys. If y'all
Aaron Washington, that's my guy.
Follow his stuff. What's that they've got?
No trade clause.
No trade clause. That's it. Check out all the stuff they provided. They do great work. I seen them interviewing someone with Miami Heat. Can't remember who it was, but they had them up on a booth talking with them. Shout out to Aaron. Can't wait to get you back on the show. I actually reached out to him before I reached out to Seth Greenberg to come on. He said, I'm not really for sure what I'll be doing down there in Vegas, so I can't commit to it, but hopefully soon.
Yo, send the video, bro.
Hang on. Yeah. I'm going to redo it. I ended up taking a picture here. I'm going to get a video.
Yeah, because he told me to get it on video, but I was watching it on my phone, so I couldn't play it back.
Oh, that's a nice move.
How far am I going? All right, here we go.
Ooh, that's a good shot. Who's number 38 for the Lakers?
I honestly don't know a lot of these guys' names. I'm going to just be real.
Scott, I know Christie, the guy they drafted in the second round.
Well, he's got an ugly looking shot.
My boy Aaron, boy. Shout out to my boy Aaron Washington.
Yes, sir. We're just going to go ahead and say this again, guys. I know we've said it in our chat, but everyone out there, this time next year, you're going to see all three of us heading out to Vegas so we can be a part of this too. We're going to take Count the Bucket on the road to Vegas.
That'll be great. Doing some vlogs, getting some more content on YouTube for you guys. So yeah, as long as we keep working and keep supporting us, we definitely going to get 2023.
We got this, man. Big plans are coming for Count the Bucket, man. Make sure to check it out. I don't know if I should announce it yet. I'll let Michael announce it if he wants to.
What's that? Go ahead. This is your show too.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. We have a website coming soon. We have a blog coming soon. I didn't want to announce it yet because I didn't know if we wanted to wait on that or.
That's fine with me, guys. I don't care.
Alrighty.
Like I said, I'm 1/3 of this show, guys. But I think with all you, especially you three that are watching right now, please go to YouTube, subscribe to it, put the notification notice on as well. That way you can help us get big like we want to be, get where we want to be at in goals and lives. Because like I said, we're going to take it to the moon. Hopefully next year we can get it to where we are in Vegas and doing more content.
Oh, you see my video?
Yeah. So, of course, Twitter as well. We got a Facebook page. Hopefully soon we'll have us an Instagram. I'm a little iffy on that, but we need to get that done as well. What don't we have?
IG.
Yeah.
Like, do we need to do a Twitch?
Nah, not really. That's more of a gaming type.
Well, see, that's what I thought.
There are some people that watch, sports and things like that on Twitch, but we'll probably get a better audience on, where we on right now, YouTube,
okay,
Twitter. Yeah.
But guys, we're an hour and 25 minutes. I think we kind of got off of what we wanted to stay with on. Now we're just kind of watching the game. I'm fine with staying on here watching it some with y'all if y'all want to.
Let's get a food. Let's get a food conversation up in here, man. Like just to close out the show. Something.
Food.
What's your favorite side when you go into a barbecue?
Do what?
You go into a barbecue. What's your favorite side?
Mine
is Big Mac and cheese.
Bacon mac and cheese, definitely. Baked beans.
Nice piece of corn.
I'm not a baked bean guy.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not a cornbread guy either. I'll be real.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Listen, you guys need to come on up to Kentucky sometime. Let my wife cook for us because she makes great cornbread.
Your wife is the CEO of the show, so I'm down.
That's true. That's true. She's a really good cook. You name it, she loves it to cook. Green beans, top of the line. I used to hate my mother's green beans. I used to hate green beans. Then my wife made me eat green beans that she had fixed one time. I was like, oh my goodness, this is what they're supposed to taste like? They're heavenly.
They're heavenly.
Yes. So she's a great cook. I mean, look at me. She's a good cook. What can I say? Chicken. What is your all-time favorite food? How about that? Because mine's chicken parmesan.
Woo! Love chicken parm.
I like chicken or chicken or shrimp pasta. Either or.
I've never had shrimp pasta.
Chicken
deviled eggs. Boy, you're gonna be
deviled eggs.
You're gonna be farting like a mug, bro. Oh, crazy.
We all were thinking it, but Nick's the only one said it.
He's the only one that said it. Facts.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna ask you all this. Maybe this would be a little bit. Okay, in a deviled egg, if you will, or a boiled egg, what's your favorite part? Do you like the white or do you like the yellow? Because to me, yellow.
I like both. I like both.
I don't discriminate.
Okay, the yellow is the texture. It leaves a film on your. Well, I won't say a film, but a coating over the roof of your mouth. It's just nasty.
Yeah, I mean, it's all good with me. You feel me?
Okay. I would say mac and cheese, of course.
Of course, come on.
Now, not this week, but next week, I will be going down to Gatlinburg in Tennessee. It's called Bennett's. It's a big barbecue place. I'll probably have to go and check it out. But you got me kind of want some barbecue. I've never ate ribs before.
Really?
Come on. You know your whole entire life?
Never.
Come on, man.
I've not been a big barbecue guy until recently, and it's not so much that I'm that big in barbecue.
Wow. Yeah, man. So I guess when you go to Tennessee, get some ribs.
I may have to try it, but it just looks weird. Like, how do you eat a rib? There's bone in there.
I mean, I guess it's like a technique. I mean, I can't really explain it.
You hold each end. You hold each end. You hold each end, and then you just do your thing, man.
So I mean, it's like eating corn on the cob, I guess.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, because it's kind of the reason why I'm having an epiphany here. Maybe that's why I don't like Buffalo Wild Wings bone-in, because how do you eat it? It's the same as a rib.
Bro, our TikTok is killing us because you don't like bone-in wings, bro.
Wait,
they ain't coming at me at anything, are they?
I'm just playing. No, they're not.
Okay,
it's funny though.
Here.
It's funny though.
You don't like bone-in?
How do you eat it? I tried it once. I've seen videos where you twist it and supposed to pull it apart. It don't work.
I've never had twisted to pull it apart. Honestly,
really,
just eat it. Just eat around the bone.
I mean, my luck, I'll bite the bone. Like, I mean,
boneless or just chicken.
Okay, hang on, CJ. I like either or, honestly, bone in or boneless. But I don't know why people just consider it chicken nuggets though. Like,
they're chicken nuggets, bro.
Flavored chicken nuggets.
No, don't
chicken nuggets. Chicken nuggets dipped in sauce. Come on, man. They're in the same. They're in the same family. Bone in is some different class.
So then a chicken patty is just a chicken nugget, an oversized chicken nugget. CJ's like, I agree.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. But CJ, I do want to ask you: do you like flats or drums?
I like drums, man.
All right, good.
See, I can handle the drums because that's like a leg, right? A miniature leg, right?
Right.
Okay. Miniature leg.
So I mean, I can comprehend how to eat that, but when it comes to like the wing part, like, what do you do? That thing flops out there. It's just crazy. Rather just have a nugget in sauce and just eat it. Too much work, boys.
Do you use a fork on your boneless wings? Do you like stab it with a fork and then eat it, or do you pick it up with your hand?
No, I use a fork.
Okay, I'm only asking because some people do that. Like some people do just like pick it up with their fingers and they just eat it.
It's not a chicken nugget. That's why you use a fork.
Bro, but you could literally eat it that way because it's
not a chicken nugget. You use a fork, it's not a chicken nugget. Yeah. That's my stat. Pull it up, somebody. Pull that stat up. If you use a fork, it is not a chicken nugget.
If you use a fork, it's not a chicken nugget. All right.
Hey, I know some crazy people that
wing 101.
That's what I'm talking about. This guy say now he's hungry. Absolutely. Last time we had this talk about Buffalo Wild Wings, me and Nick both ended up at a Buffalo Wild Wings the next day.
Crazy.
I think it was like Memorial Day, wasn't it? I think it was. It might have been.
It was actually. It was because I went up to Lexington to watch baseball up there. So, why do we always go back to the wings? Like that's her argument.
I have no idea, honestly. But hang on, just last food question. Like, let's say for instance, we're at Thanksgiving. What is your go-to pie? And why is it either key lime or apple?
Sweet potato pie, man. Come on.
Oh God, no.
It's chocolate pie.
Sweet potato pie. Apple pie is good too.
Apple pie is good.
It's all out there for me on Thanksgiving, bro. I mean, it's really everything's on the table.
Can we be honest on this though? Thanksgiving is only about the desserts. Like, are we really there?
I would say that. I like the mac and cheese. Okay, I like everything but the turkey. I like everything but the turkey.
The turkey is so nasty. It's so
disgusting.
Dry.
It's disgusting. But I will eat the mac and cheese. I will eat the green beans. I will eat the dressing. I will even eat the cranberry sauce. I like cranberry sauce.
Now I haven't tried that either. It just looks nasty. It looks like nasty Jello. But I'm going to show y'all a trick here, okay? Because the way we eat, we kind of eat like a buffet style at our house. Like, our family is really big. So it's like, hey, it's all on the table. Grab your plate, go around it, and then go sit down, right?
Why do you have to say that? Our family's really big.
No, I meant the number, not
fat. Oh, okay.
Thanks, Nick.
Okay.
Wow, Nick. Way to just say my family's huge.
That's what I thought you meant.
No. Okay. Obviously, Seth wouldn't want to listen to all this conversation, but I've got 3 kids. My sister has 2 kids. My middle brother has 3 kids. My oldest brother has 5 kids. So when we go to one house, there's a lot of people there, Nick. Not that we're obese, which we're borderline, but so this is what you do if you're like me. So you don't want to look too fat and put 2 rolls on your plate, right?
You don't want to look too fat.
Yes. So what you do, say, here's my 2 rolls I'm grabbing. You put one on the plate, and then you grab the other one underneath the plate, and you hold it in your hand. So no one ever sees that second roll.
I mean, finessed it on Thanksgiving, bro.
Yes, sir.
I wouldn't even care, bro. I'm throwing as many rolls as I want. Y'all call me whatever, dog.
It works great at church. Just, Baptist here, so, there's food all the time for us. You got to take that second roll because the kid behind you that didn't go when the kids were supposed to go wanted that roll. Sorry, it's going.
Oh my God, y'all still in the rolls.
No, I'm just taking 2.
Yo, my guy finesse.
The next time you all go for a roll, guarantee you think, should I put that one?
Is crazy.
Yes, sir.
Yo, he said
But,
put the extra roll under the plate, bro.
Nobody sees it. Nobody sees it. But Nick, how come chocolate cake wasn't on there? Chocolate pie wasn't one of your listing. Like, that's a must.
I've never had chocolate pie ever.
I've never had chocolate pie.
I've never even heard of chocolate pie.
Really?
Chocolate pie?
It's not like a crust on top, like, you know, like your apple pie or anything. It's basically a shell, and it's almost like chocolate pudding, basically. Chocolate pie. Really? It's delicious.
I've heard of chocolate cake all day. Chocolate cake is definitely normal, but I've never heard of chocolate pie.
Okay, well, now you have.
I don't know why key lime pie is not getting any love, man. Like, that's one of the best.
Key lime pie is good. Key lime pie is really good, man.
Okay, now y'all got me wanting desserts. Dairy Queen run. What are you getting for your dessert? What?
Oh yeah, large vanilla milkshake by hand, like
okay,
up.
I'm with you on there. If we're going milkshakes, totally vanilla milkshake's the only way to go.
Yeah, there's no Dairy Queen by me, so I can't.
My wife just said I'm screaming. I got to calm down. Sorry, guys. We're talking about food. This is my time to shine.
Time to shine. Yeah. I'm crying.
But Oreo Blizzard, only way to go when you get a Blizzard.
Oreo Blizzard.
I'm not mad at that.
What's your go-to ice cream?
I like cookies and cream.
Vanilla. I'm sorry. I'm basic.
Just vanilla.
Just vanilla.
Plain. I mean, that's okay.
Vanilla, or I'll say the mint flavor one.
No, don't even. No.
What?
Nothing. Mint anything is nasty.
Oh, come on, man. Wow. Wow for that one.
I mean, I don't even know how mint, what is those little like mint cookies that you, I don't even know how they are like still make those. Those are so nasty. Is Nick frozen? I thought you were frozen.
No. I'm in shock, man.
Really?
I've never heard anybody like talk bad about like mint flavor. So
nasty.
Oh
CJ.
Man.
Mint chocolate. I was never. I mean, it's kind of like
just come on, just
on
beat it
both
up.
sides type of taste, but that's never been my style.
I don't want to eat something that I feel like I'm brushing my teeth with.
I feel you. I'm not. Are you still on the rolls, right?
No, I just randomly started thinking about that Lamar comment about the Angelo Ball still in the shades.
Oh yeah, that was. You should have never did that.
I'm sorry, it's messed up. But now the rolls thing is definitely wild too. The rolls thing is definitely wild.
It's the only way to go. You always get two. Looks like one, but you always get two.
My faith finesse.
So how many packs do y'all buy then?
What's that supposed to mean? You already called us fat once. Now,
well, no, I mean, like, if all of y'all are sneaking two, there's not many left then.
Hey, nobody else knows that except for you two, okay? Nobody knows that. It's finesse, as you say.
Because, I mean, I know they have them in, like, the little square, so it's probably, like, what, 15 or 16? They come in a pack or something like that? I'm trying to think so.
Like 8? I thought it would come in, like...
The ones at least like, come in a pan, those little miniature ones too. Those are nice too. But as far as our church, we've got a lady that used to cook for a school. Like her recipe calls for 250 rolls.
Sheesh.
Jeez.
I probably technically wouldn't have to steal that second one because there's so many, but Papa ain't getting back up and go for seconds. That plate's like it's on the brim already. Go ahead and get you 2 plates so it's got a little more, backbone to it.
Yeah, that's hilarious, bro. Yeah.
Yes, bub. You can come on in here since you're already in here. My son just said, Daddy, can I come get on the show? Come on.
Let me ask him something. I got to ask him a question.
Uh-oh. Nick's wanting to ask you a question. Can you put that in your ear? Don't get up here too much since you're supposed to be in bed and you're in your underwear.
Can you hear me? Are you the one at Thanksgiving dinners hiding the Hawaiian rolls underneath your plate?
Do you hide rolls underneath your plate? What? Do you hide rolls underneath your plate when you get them? Yeah. No, that's a good one.
All right, that's good. That's good.
Nobody knows about my secret, Nick. Your daddy hides rolls, so it doesn't look like he's eating so much. It's pretty smart, ain't it? What's your favorite food?
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
I hate spaghetti.
You hate
Or
spaghetti?
I don't hate spaghetti, but I had it so much when I was a kid. I can't stand eating it now. Like I don't hate it. It's still pretty good, but
that's pitiful. Can you believe somebody hates spaghetti?
What's your favorite ice cream?
Chocolate.
Chocolate.
Chocolate, yes, sir.
If Daddy's getting a milkshake, what kind is he getting?
Vanilla.
That's right.
Hey, vanilla, baby.
Hey, don't leave me hanging, man. Come on.
Vanilla. And mint flavored.
No, mint flavors. That sounds nasty, don't it?
I hate it flavored. I haven't tried it.
Yeah, that sounds nasty. Do you want to eat something that's
I don't think I hate it. I've never tried it though.
Oh, okay.
You should try it. You should try it for yourself. I promise you.
Uh-oh.
You will like. Oh,
he dropped the earpiece. Now,
well, yes. You should try it yourself.
It is almost 11 o'clock. You should be asleep. Okay? Tell him. Oh, you're not going to tell him good night? No? All right. Shut the door.
Good night.
The boy is just like me. It's not even funny. Love you, buddy. Shut the door.
Shut the bro.
Absolutely. Like, I can remember my ADHD-ness when I was a kid. I did not want to go to sleep because I was afraid I'd miss something. The boy will fight it until the last second.
Yeah, that is really.
I was like that too.
Man.
It's hilarious.
All right, boys, real quick. Lakers 46, Charlotte 43. Have you all been able to watch? Are you impressed with anyone?
Yeah, Scottie Pippen Jr. looking pretty good.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, him.
Hey, Scottie again. Oh, he messed up.
I wish that he did not go to Vanderbilt. I don't know why he went there. Nothing bad about the school. I just think that they could have.
I don't know if he was like a top-ranked prospect or whatever. Honestly, I'll have to go and like look back. I don't know if he had like any other offers or anything on the table.
But still, like the transfer portal, like after his first year, because that was all they had, and we still couldn't stop him at Kentucky. Like we really thought that he was going to leave and possibly come to Kentucky, but he stayed with Vanderbilt, which is fine with Stackhouse, who has him looking nice now. That's
probably why. He stayed, because Stackhouse, has a more NBA type feel. And you can kind of get it when he comes into the league. You get accustomed to how it's played. It was. He looks pretty comfortable out there. He hasn't really struggled. He played pretty well. If there was like a all summer league team, he'd probably be on it right now. He's playing well.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact. And then also, for Charlotte, Mark Williams is giving him some good minutes so far. JT Thor's been playing well as well. So
it's unfortunate Bouknight got hurt. I really wanted to see him play.
I know, yeah. That's the thing that sucks too, because honestly, like when he got drafted last year, people expected him to be that right-hand man in the backcourt right next to LaMelo, but unfortunately, it never happened.
Yeah, with Rozier there, it's going to be tough for him to get those.
Yeah,
minutes. He's going to have to come off the bench and really show out, and then hopefully by the time Rozier's out of there, he'll get that call.
But I wanted to ask y'all too, because I think probably a few minutes ago they showed a picture of Miles Bridges up there. We obviously know the situation that happened with him over the last recent weeks with the whole situation with the domestic violence. So honestly, it's looking like he probably will never play in the NBA again. But I wanted to get y'all's thoughts on it.
Yeah, I think eventually, as more information comes out, and depending on the legal situation and things like that, he'll probably get another shot. But he just has to look at himself and understand decisions that he made. It's poor judgment, man. Again, poor decisions. It's the worst time to. It's never the right time to do it, but it's like in terms of what the possibility that could have made generational type bread this summer. Had a great year. Could have won MIP. He was in that MIP discussion the whole year, and just terrible decision. So you gotta look at himself. You gotta look at the mirror and get things right with himself before you think about anything basketball related.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said. Honestly, I hate the incident. Of course, don't know the extreme of all information is still coming out. I want to hear everything first. I just hate for the young man to be in a situation like that. Hopefully, this incident will help him grow as a person, get the help that he needs on that, as far as if it be anger issues or anything like that. Just, I do think he'll get another chance. Everyone seems to always get another chance on some of the things like that. It just probably won't be with Charlotte. Probably be another team pick him up as in a second chance that way. But, yeah, I mean, I can't really say too much in that on any way or the other. What about you, Nick? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a poor decision. You know, I mean, as a person, you know, that's always like, you know, pro women and everything. I definitely, you know, I'm definitely against the whole situation that happened.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I mean, and it's kind of like, you know, what he just said, you know, particularly at this. I mean, I know that there's never really a good time, but you know, this is definitely the unfortunate time, especially as it happened like right before free agency hit. You know, as he was expected to get a bag, possibly either in Charlotte or elsewhere. So it's gonna be tough, man. I mean, you know, we'll just have to see, you know, where the situation goes, and you know, and see what the future is for him.
Yep. Boys, we coming up on 2 hours. Let's
Sir.
just go ahead and wrap it up.
Let's
Let's
wrap
go
it
to
up.
Christmas and wrap it up.
Yes, sir. I want to thank Seth Greenberg for coming in and stopping by with us. Appreciate Michael for getting that connection going for us for this
Definitely.
episode. Had a great time talking some hoops, talking some summer league, a little bit of college ball too. So, Seth, man, appreciate
Basketball tournament as well.
Yes.
it. Yeah, basketball tournament as well. Yes, no question. So, yeah, appreciate
Starts
you.
the 16th, everyone.
Yeah,
July 16th for how much? $1 million, they said?
1 million. And that's I'm not trying to get conversation going back, but like some of the teams have like 10 players, some's got 9 players. Like the whole $1 million goes to that team, divided up to everyone that they have on that.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. I'll definitely be tuned in. The games will be on ESPN, right?
I think so. I think ESPN.
Yep.
I'll just go ahead and say this, guys. When we get to our $1 million, I'll definitely divide that up 3 ways with you all because nothing but love. Fam here, all right?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. You already know it.
Yes,
But yes, if you didn't check it out, make sure to check out early in the episode our conversation with Seth Greenberg. He definitely goes in on Michael for his ridiculous takes, but it's all good, man. It was all entertainment.
I mean, it better be entertainment at my hurtfulness, my feelings. But you know what? It's okay. I can take one for the team. Seth, the next time I'm gonna put on some gloves and come back at you. Okay? So be ready. Guys, until next time, y'all have a good one.